Hi, how you doing? Welcome in. It just really surprised me. It worked. Went live for the first time on all four platforms. So I'm on X, which I never usually have a problem getting broadcast on X. So yeah, I'm on there. YouTube's working, Twitch is working, and for once, for the first time in ages, Facebook's working as well. So hopefully you're tuning in on one of those four platforms. If you are, just do me a quick favor before we get started and just like what you're watching. Even if you don't like it, like it, it's really helpful. Like what you're watching, share it, tag somebody that you think would appreciate this live session. What we're going to do today is I'm going to jump into my old Korp Academy sketchbook. And it's not my old one, it's my existing Korp Academy sketchbook. I'm going to jump into that with a bunch of Posca pens. I'm going to take one of the old drawings and just give it a new lease of life by adding something to it. I don't know what yet. There's no script to this. We're just going to make it up as we go along. It's what I do best. Thanks for the likes already. Hi, everybody who's tuning in already. Really appreciate you getting in nice and early. Going to try and do this on a regular basis. Oh, this is the new layout, by the way. What do you think to the new layout? So we've got the new Korp Academy logo up top. I've got myself in like a nice squircular window. And then some details down the bottom for if you want to join the Korp Academy community. So it's a sales pitch, but you'll love it anyway. So, but yeah, details down below on Korp Academy community, just in case you want to get involved in that. Here is my sketchbook. Art Gecko make these sketchbooks for me. Look, with their nice metallic branding. How cool is that? And so yeah, I'm just going to flick through. First few pages are pages that I've already done. So I've already done that one. That was part of a remix session where I added on loads and loads of bits. So was that. Added on loads of bits to that. This one didn't have the coloured eyes and the background colours. So it didn't really work very well with this side. But now everything kind of like ties in together just because I brought some of those colours and brought them over to this side. Might do the same, actually bring some of these colours and bring them over to this side as well. But that's a boring session, so I'm not going to do that today. These two definitely need heads, but I can't be bothered with drawing heads today. I was going to do some like snot coming out of the pig. Could do that, but I was looking at, what was I looking at? One of these characters. This one. I reckon what I'm going to do is I'm just going to draw this one's tongue kind of flopping out. I think that could be good fun. So yeah, let's go and grab some pens for that. Where are my pens? I'm probably just going to use those. And again, where is my black Posca? And some black Poscas as well. So yeah, plan is to just kind of have the tongue hanging out. If anybody's got any other ideas of the kind of stuff that I can do on this one, then throw something in the comments. I'm always open to ideas. Doesn't necessarily mean I'm going to draw it, but I'm always open to ideas of what it could look like. Okay, let's draw it with coral pink. So we'll go straight in with coral pink, make sure it's working nicely, which it is. And we're going to draw this tongue. It's going to come out like that, and then let's have it bouncing across the page, and then have this bit going back up there. Does that make sense? Can you see the shape that we're going for there? I might even stick a crown on this because it's what is it? Scrawler Box. Their prompt for today is regal. So yeah, we could just stick a nice simple crown. In fact, I'll just quickly outline a crown. I'm not going to put the crown actually on the character. I'm going to have it just floating above. So let's go and start with that one as well. Let's put in a shape like, let's go across there. Yeah, something like that. That kind of works for me. What do we want? Should we do half? We'll do half and half. So let's just take a line down there. And we'll colour this bit in. Yeah, so my plan is, what I'm going to do is like every Tuesday, 5 o'clock, try and get online doing a Korp Academy remix session. So remixes where I just take one of my existing drawings, just draw all over it, just to show you the kind of thing you can do with Posca and how easy it is to kind of tweak it, change it a little bit. Okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with red now and add some red shadows, shading in there. So let's go, let's try just there. I always like to go in with shadows first because then I can cut out the shadows using the paler colour. It kind of, I've seen it bother a few people online where they kind of like thinking it doesn't make sense to go in with the darker colours, go in with the lighter colours first, put the darker colours over the top. But this is the thing with Posca pens, you can go in with those darker colours first and it's fine. A rat who doesn't like cheese. Emmy says, hi, can the cookie have a crown? Yeah, mate, I'm on it. Cookie's got a crown. Yeah, say hello to Emmy for me back, mate. Hope they're doing good. Yeah, because it's what do you call it? It's the prompt for this week for Scrawler Box is crowns. Not crowns, it's regal. Their daily prompt is regal. There's the corp worm that I did with a little crown on it. Let's bring it down here so it's in focus. There you go. So if anybody else is interested, just head over to Scrawlerbox on any social and go and have a little look at what they're up to. I don't really know how to get that to join in there. Might just go like that. But yeah, Scrawlerbox, they're doing a daily prompt and the for the whole of August. And their prompt for this week, today, is regal. So I was just looking for a bit of scrap card, but I'll just use the back of my hand. Yeah, the prompt today is regal. I couldn't really think of anything else to do for regal, so I just did a crown on a corp worm. I draw corp worms because there's something I don't have to think about. They always look the same. And it was a nice easy thing to just stick a crown on one and then just go with a colour combo in the rest of the worm. Let's get back to the crown again on here. So with this one, I'm really digging the crown, the colour straw yellow. Usually I used to use yellow, just regular yellow all the time, but straw yellow just seems to go on a little tiny bit thicker and is just I think, a nicer shade of yellow. It's a little bit warmer. I guess it's a little bit closer to orange than the regular yellow. And yeah, like I say, I quite like it. Yeah, and anybody who wants to know if you've got any questions about the Korp Academy community, I set up the Korp Academy community about 2 weeks ago. I think we've got 35 members in there already. So I run the Korp Academy first off, which is like 5 workshops a week, 3 live sessions a week, really intense marker pen tutorials. But that's like £30 a month. And so I thought, wouldn't it be great if we could kind of like bring that down a bit, just make it a little bit less intense, a bit more fun. And I found this platform where I could launched a community, and in there, what we can do is, you're sharing art. It's very similar to like Facebook. It's the way Facebook works, except you're sharing art, and you're only going to share it with these other people that are in the community. So it's kind of secure, safe. But also, it's not full of adverts and, horrible posts. There's a lot of horrible things going on in the world today. And this kind of space, it's just a nice space to go because when I scroll through the feed, it's it's people asking for help on how to use marker pens, or it's people sharing their artwork, or it's people taking on the challenges and things like that. It's really it's a really nice feed that we've got going on in there. I mean, I would say that because I'm running it, but that's kind of what to expect for the Korp Academy community. It's also not quite as expensive as the full Korp Academy. So whereas full Korp Academy with like 5 sessions a week is £30, the Korp Academy community is like entry level. So it works out just over £5, so $7 per month. For one tutorial per week. So it's nice and easy to keep on top of the tutorials there. The tutorials as well are they kind of come up as challenges, and so people can take on like this weekly challenge of getting a drawing done. So it kind of gets you creative without it being too overwhelming, without you feeling like you're just falling behind in all the tutorials. So yeah, that's what it is. It's there if anybody wants to join up, get in it. Let's go and take that line out there. I don't know whether this line is in the right place for the bottom of the tongue. We'll see. Let's colour it in, see what happens. I'm a huge fan of like just stick it in. If you don't know where something's meant to go, just stick it in, see what happens. If it doesn't work out right, move it along somewhere else. I'm only here for another 20 minutes today, so it's a nice quick one today. Just going to draw a crown and a tongue on this character. How's that looking? Is that looking okay? It's not too bad. Don't think that bit at the top looks quite right, so I'm just going to go in there and change that. Let's go. Curve that around. Oof, that's even worse. Stick with that. Because I haven't really primed these pens very well, so they're not going on particularly opaque, so we might have to give stuff a couple of coats. Let's give that, bring that up there, sharpen that off. Let's whack in a little shadow just here as well. Look how messy that is. It's okay for that bit to be messy because we know we can tidy it up a little bit later. Let's in fact let's see if I can do this as well. Just want to try and drop a little shadow into the middle of the tongue as well, see what that looks like. I may be overworking it now, I don't know. Let's go and give this yellow another coat. So I know the majority of people watch this on replay rather than live. So even if you're watching it on replay, do me a favour, just like it, share it, subscribe. There's definitely going to be other people out there that are going to be interested in this kind of stuff. So even if you're not interested in it yourself, go and share it with somebody who you think enjoys drawing or who you know enjoys drawing. Helps me, helps them, helps everybody. Let's go and give this side a coat as well. Oh man. And yeah, my plan is not to do anything complicated with the crown. Could put some drips on it maybe. let's not overcomplicate it. I haven't got time to overcomplicate it. Okay, that's looking okay. Let's tidy up some of this, give it another coat of coral pink. If you're watching, I can see a few people watching, but I don't know where you're from, who you are. Put something in the comments. Let me know who you are, where you're watching from. Other than one person who I know is from the UK. I don't know where anybody else is from. Now, the Korp Academy community and the Korp Academy in general, for some reason, I seem to have lots of people join from Australia and New Zealand. But yeah, let me know where you're from. Always like to know. How's that looking? That's right. Give it another coat. Nice and gentle with it. It's frustrating kind of waiting for it to dry all the time. I don't think I like this shadow over here. This shadow looks a bit weird. Let's make it disappear. Does that kind of work? Let's curve this bit. Trying to think where the shadow would live. Yeah, let's curve that there. I think that looks better. I should probably stick a drop shadow around that as well. I've got grey handy. That's time's good. Who's that? I can't read it. Crystal Jesslyn. I can't read it just because it was like script writing, something like that. You're from Texas. Hi from Texas. Brian is St. Louis. St. Louis? Mo. What does MO mean? I'm not good on my American states, Brian. But yeah, Brian's from MO. No, I can't think where that is. But yeah, so everyone's from the US today then. That's cool. So yeah, I'm just going to throw a little drop shadow in here just to make that tongue look a little bit heavier. Get on and outline it in a sec. Missouri. Is it Missouri? I would not have guessed that. Missouri did go through my head. I'll be honest, I don't know that. I'm not great on like what's a state and what's a city, town. But yeah, Missouri did go through my head, but then I didn't think it worked because of the O. Thanks for joining, Brian. Let's put. Lovely. We're getting there, I think. I can stick some black outlines on. We've got 10 minutes to go. It was only ever going to be a real short session. I do short sessions for a reason, mainly because I like getting started and finished in one quick short session. So you can kind of feel good about your artwork instantly, because most people only feel really good about their artwork when it's finished and they know they've done a good job. I'm not for like 6-month courses or 6-week courses or anything like that. It's like, let's do something, let's do it quick, let's start and finish within an hour. Thanks for the vids. Kids love it when I draw these for them. Awesome stuff, Brian. Nice one. Are you doing the 15-minute doodle challenges as well? I should really do some more of those. I haven't done any for a while. But I love those because they're so quick and there's like loads of flexibilities, loads you can do with it to make it even better. How old are your kids? Are they not kind of interested? They're not taking part? You just don't want to share your pens with them. You wouldn't be the first parent who does that. And this is always weird, you know, because I can turn my sketchbook upside down when I'm doing these sessions. Normally, if I'm doing my own live sessions, I don't turn the sketchbook upside down. I keep it all straight all the time. I'm gonna smudge that if I do that now. I'm gonna give that a second. Haven't just slowed down the hyperlapse stuff. Okay. Brian, you should definitely look at the Korp Academy community. I think you'll like it in there, mate. You get the full length tutorials in there. Well, you get one a week anyway. But you know, if the time lapse stuff's working for you, that's great. That's awesome. That was always the intention, is to kind of put the time lapse stuff out there so everyone can have a little look, see what's going on. 10, 7, 5. You got, you know, all the cool parents have 3 kids. I got 3 as well, mate. Bit older than yours though. Mine are between like 13 and 25. 7-year-old drew the 7-year-old just drew the Bubba Tea Bear. Oh, brilliant! I don't know whether you share. Do you share these anywhere? If you share it on Instagram or anything like that, just tag me under the Korp Academy on Instagram, and I'll reshare it in my stories. You probably already do, and I probably just haven't put the name and the handle together. Oof. Dodgy line that was. It went all over the place. There you go, there's my little street art crown. I will put some extra little lines on there in a second. Hi Rebecca, watching from New York. Been to New York once. Really enjoyed my time there. I remember when I went to New York, I came out of the hotel and the wind was so strong I couldn't breathe. It was like somebody had put their hand around my throat. That's how windy it was. I've never felt wind like it anywhere. I've got some good memories of New York as well, though, not just the being strangled. Right, let's go and do. I really need to put another bit of colour on here, and then I'll go and put some black lines on. Six minutes. Six minutes to go, and then going in for a break. I'm going live today, so in the Korp Academy, the live sessions I do, the next, well, the first one for this week is in 1 hour's time. So that's for members only. We just kind of get online on Zoom. A bunch of us. I teach somebody how to draw something like this, all step by step, all nice and easy. In fact, this cookie was one of the drawing tutorials I did. It's looking good. Not going to mess around with that anymore until it's dry. Oh, no, let's muck around with the crown. Thin black pen. Hi Stints. Love these videos. Got in late tonight. Is there any chance of doing one of these live videos later on in the evening? Yeah, I think so, mate. Probably. I think so. I've not really nailed a good time to do these lives. I'll be honest with you. I do the live at 5, just because it's a convenient thing, because I usually kind of do it just before I do my live at 6:30, which is like the members live, and it's just after a space on X that I listen to as well. So it kind of fits nicely in between there. I am doing what am I doing? I'm doing I don't know if you're a Discord user, but I'm doing a doodle on Discord tomorrow at 8 p.m. BST. And then I think on Thursday, let me just check. On Thursday I'm doing a late one as well. Yeah. But that one's in the Korp Academy community, so you kind of see like the stuff, the text going across the bottom. That's if you join the Korp Academy community. So I'm going to go live in there at 8 o'clock. I'm just trying different times out and seeing where they go, seeing what works. Because I've got people all over the place. Although, where are you? You're in Scotland, Stints. I like the fact that you're asking for a different time and you're in Scotland, which is like the same time zone as me. Most people are asking for different time zones because it's like 3 a.m. when I'm broadcasting all that. Let's do something with this. That looks nice. I don't know what else to put on there really, on the crown. I might just leave it like that. It's not fuss it. As usual, I usually say, do whatever comes to mind. If nothing's coming to mind, just move on. Don't spend too much time thinking about it. Right, let's go and put some lines on this tongue then. So you saw this character when I first started. It just had the tongue was tucked away in the mouth. Let's go and change that and bring that tongue outside. So first thing we'll do is this bit of tongue, which kind of sits here. I am going to double line it. All my lines are double lined. That's kind of making them nice and wonky. Anyone out there who wants to learn how to draw, my number one piece of advice is to embrace wonky lines, because you'll enjoy drawing a lot more if you can draw with wonky lines, because they're easier to draw. You don't have to think about it too much. If you draw on a smooth line and you make it wonky, you kind of get disappointed. If you're drawing a wonky line, you make it smooth. It's not such a bad thing. But if you draw a wonky line and it's effective, then you're doing what you wanted to do. So, yeah, my number one piece of advice is draw wonky lines. Look at that, that's looking good. Let's go and bring this bit. So we'll start that line about there. Give it a few seconds to dry before I go and smudge everything. Need to upgrade my stickers on my board. They are kind of getting in the way a bit. Oh, Metergeist. Hello, mate. Thank you. Yeah. It's my number one piece of advice. Go wonky. Go wonky, wonk it up, whatever you want to call it. Let's go this way around that. So we're just going to flick this into the mouth. The other thing as well, the other technique, well, not the other technique, but the other benefit of going wonky is once you've drawn the line once like that, when you go over it a second time with a wonky line, what you're trying to do is you're tracing that line. You're making a few mistakes along the way, which is what makes it wonky, which is perfect. It's what you want, but you're tracing that line. And the more you do that and the more you start tracing that line, what you'll eventually get to is a point where you're actually tracing it perfectly. that's when you can then start busting out the smoother lines. So wonky lines will help you eventually. There's no science behind this, it's just my opinion. Wonky lines will help you eventually get those smoother lines in as well. So yeah, embrace those wonky lines. There you go, there's a tongue in there. Stints, what are you saying? Oh yes. I was asking for an Australian friend. I'll hopefully join the yeah. Alright, mate. Yeah, it is. That's cool, mate. I'm assuming you're from Scotland just because you put the Scottish flag in there. If not, that's a little bit random. But yeah, I will. I like the idea of doing like a real late night one, like an 11 p.m. BST one. Just working that late. I tend to draw a lot better. I did a drawing tutorial. I recorded a drawing tutorial a couple of weeks ago, and I recorded it in the morning. It's about 9 a.m. in the morning. It's the worst drawing tutorial. I've never had to concentrate so much because my hands were just like all over the place. I'd obviously not had enough caffeine, or had too much caffeine. I don't know what it was, but I was all over the place. It's not until like later on in the day that my hands kind of just chill out a little bit and I'm able to draw a little bit smoother. Here we go. Look at this technique for cutting in. Can I zoom in on that? Phew, not much. But yeah, this technique of cutting in, this is why I love Posca pens. Look, just taking those lines, making them really sharp. That line, look at that, it's quite fat, got a fat end to it. Cutting in, just taking a bit out. That bit of the line was a little bit too fat for me as well, so you can take that out. Nice, it's looking good. We're going to wrap up. Kind of like where this is going. I've smudged that already. Look at that smudge down the bottom there. Let's whack on some little white highlights on this tongue, make it look wet. Not with that pen. Let's see what we can do. So let's put on, I always like, if I'm putting on a reflection, just a bubble white and an exclamation mark will do the job. Nice and light so that you're not scraping any of that paint off underneath. But look, just a bubble whiting, exclamation mark. Let's put one over here as well. Quite a skinny one. I don't know why I went quite so skinny with that. Yeah, it'll be alright. Hi Andy, thank you for joining. Sorry Andy, you've got in. I'm just about to go. When am I? Yeah, I'm back again live. Doodle on Discord tomorrow at 8 o'clock if you want to join that. And then back again in the community, my Korp Academy community, on Thursday at 8 o'clock. So I'm going to do a live there as well. Very much a test live in the Korp Academy community. Last time I did one, I've never broadcast in there until last week, and I did a meetup in the community. And it's all new. It's like a different version of Zoom. It's all new to me. So I did spend a good 10 minutes explaining what I was doing whilst on mute. Which, yeah, you know, sometimes you just got to learn the hard way about these things. Thankfully, you know, I recorded my footage on Ecamm and was able to kind of rebroadcast it, and that did capture my voice. But I know in the live, I couldn't be heard. Living in Scotland, got into you through Simon Mitchell and Background Bob. Thanks again for these videos, very cool. Yeah, okay, Simon Mitchell, what an artist, eh? I was trying to channel, over the weekend I did a bit of spray painting, trying to channel my inner Simon Mitchell, just trying to get the line work just right, but you've not seen anything until you've seen Simon Mitchell do some line work with a spray can. With like a high pressure spray can, with a high pressure fat cap as well, and then just pulling out like the most delicate little lines. It's just crazy. Background Bob's all right as well too. Hopefully I'm going to be catching up with Nathan. That's That's the guy that kind of started the whole project. Yeah, hopefully I'll be catching up with him soon in a couple of weeks. Right, I think I'm going to shoot at that. That's a decent change to our piece. Yeah, enjoyed that. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled. I'll be doing another Korp Academy remix this time next week at 5 p.m. But also, yeah, just search that Korp Academy community. I've got the domain korpacademy.com. Have a little look on there. See if you want to join up. Even if you just give it, 1 month is a $5, $7. See how you get on. Sign up. See if it's worth it, and I'm sure you'll love it. And yeah, I'll be online a bit more in the Korp Academy community. And yeah, it's a good, safe, happy place when everything seems to be going to ruin everywhere else. Right, thank you very much for joining in. I hope you all enjoyed that. I will be disappearing now. And yeah, I'll see you next time. Send me a message if you can't remember any of the dates for the next sessions and things like that. And I'll get back to you. Okay. Cheers, everyone. Take care. See you soon. Bye-bye.